At 12:50 this morning, officers responded to Lewis Street after a woman called and reported that her estranged boyfriend was trying to get into her apartment. The same person was in her apartment last Thursday, where he struck her in the face, assaulted her, and held her in a bedroom before fleeing. So last Thursday, arrest warrants were issued against the man, charging him with false imprisonment and domestic assault. The victim at that point also took out an order of protection against the individual, but he has been in the wind since. We had been unable to locate him. Shortly before 1 a.m., he was banging on the door to her apartment. She called police. Officers responded quickly. Officer Eric Ziegler was one of the first in this area. He spotted the man walking along a pathway, a roadway. Officer Ziegler demanded that he stop. Officer Ziegler saw that he had a gun. The individual did not stop, started to run. Officer Ziegler again told him to stop, and the individual, the 21-year-old, fired a shot as Officer Ziegler was attempting to get him to stop. Officer Ziegler returned his fire, and the individual was struck in the buttocks and the leg. He is being treated now at Vanderbilt University Medical Center. Obviously, he has the 2 charges from last week, and he'll have other charges as a result of what happened here this morning. He is still being treated at Vanderbilt. I do not have a current condition update at this point. I know that he's undergoing some testing there now. Officer Eric Ziegler is a 3-year veteran of this police department. No police officers were hurt in this morning's incident. It's important to note that the 21-year-old is a convicted felon. He was convicted just last year in Davidson County Criminal Court of aggravated burglary, not at this residence, but at another residence, and he received a 3-year probated sentence. So at the time of all of this, and at the time of the incident from last week, he was on supervised probation. He had just been arrested for a probation violation on November the 12th, and evidently he didn't stay in jail very long because the incident last week, as I had described, occurred on November 14th.
Do you have a name of the suspect?
I do. We will put that out later in the morning. We want to make sure that any next of kin that he has is notified of what's taking place.
Were any bystanders injured in any way?
No. I mean, it was very early in the morning, and there was really no one out.
How's the girlfriend doing? Will she get that order of protection?
So the order of protection obviously will be served now that the man is, his whereabouts are known. He's in the hospital. I think she's okay. I mean, she's scared. I mean, when she called the police this morning, she was obviously scared. She described him as the father of her child. And last week, she was injured by him. I mean, he hit her in the face. And her injuries from last week are still visible to us this morning. So she was scared of him and wanted the police here quickly. We got here quickly and encountered him, and he was armed with a gun.
You know, TBI responded fairly quick. What do you have to say about that? Their response, that they're looking over this officer-involved shooting?
So in officer-involved shootings, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation conducts the investigation into what occurred, which is protocol.